Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have The World According to Jeff Goldblum. You know him from Earth Girls Are Easy, and, The Fly, and Jurassic Park, of course, and most recently Thor Ragnarok, where he played the Collector, not the Collector, Grand Master. I'm getting his character name mixed up with his compatriot, played by Benicio del Toro. So, but yeah, here we have Jeff Goldblum in his own series. It's a National Geographic series, believe it or not. It's meant to explore the mundane and the average and the common, the stuff we take for granted as part of our everyday culture, and explores her origins, explores it with using Jeff's innate curiosity or how he expresses himself. He's a creative, he's curious, he's a little bit weird, which is a good thing. Um, but yeah, he's injected into these worlds where what may seem as completely uninteresting actually has some pretty amazing origins, some crazy things that led to their existence in our worlds. He goes over. There's 12 episodes in the season. I watched all of them. I had watched them previously, but I bounced around a few of them, the last all 12 of them, just before I recorded this, just to get myself a refresher of some of the things that he got to experience and look at. Hold on, there we go. I'm trying to bring up my notes here so I can see better. Getting old. Jeff explores these 12 big topics here. I can't believe this is hiding it from me. There we go. Sneakers, ice cream, tattoos, denim, barbecue, gaming, bikes, RVs, coffee, cosmetics, pools, and jewelry. And yeah, for the most part, some of those don't sound like, oh my God, I'm going to spend a half an hour, almost a half an hour watching Jeff talk about these things. But believe it or not, it's actually educational. So, and it's also, to me, this is the kind of thing that I think I would, if I had kids, I would love to watch with the kids, to show them some crazy stories and be able to talk to them about it afterwards. I think everybody who's right now stuck at home homeschooling their kids, or helping with the homeschooling, as you know, however people communicate now with the teachers and such, I honestly suggest sitting them down in front of all 12 of these episodes, maybe one a day, one a week, I don't care. Sit them down and then quiz them on it. Seriously, make it, and I think they'll find it fun, because Jeff is, again, he's a funny guy. He's a bit strange. He's startled easily in some ways. He runs into situations, oh God, that he thinks he would, that wouldn't be peculiar, but they are. I mean, just in the first episode, he's at a sneaker convention where people are buying and selling high-end, rare sneakers. You know, he stands there and watches these guys make a $34,000 deal on a table of sneakers, and he's just like, "What is, what is this? Why does this even exist?" Things he didn't realize exist were like competitive esports gaming, where people play Counter-Strike or League of Legends and things like that, for humongous prizes at DreamHack Houston. So yeah, there's a number of different things he runs into. Also, just like the origins of ice cream, how that came to be. I'm not going to tell you what these things are, honestly, because it's not interesting when I tell you about it. It's more interesting when Jeff tells you about it. And there's, in each episode, there's like 3 separate segments. So it's not just him talking to a guy who invented denim jeans, because that guy doesn't exist anymore. But the origins of why denim is what it is, where it came from, it's a bit interesting. Where RVs are built and who they're built by, the Amish, who don't drive them, which is weird. And not only does it look at the past, like the origin, it looks at, there's also little segments peppered through each one that are little animated moments that show the science and the history and it's with Jeff, talking over it, talking about, telling things that you wouldn't normally understand about these things. But then he gets also talking about what is the current state of affairs with each of these things, such as tattoos. Like, why are tattoos such a big industry? Why do people want to get tattoos? Why people don't want to get tattoos? And what are the future of such things like tattoos? It's not just ink anymore. It's you can incorporate technology into them, and what will that mean for the future? Who might be some of the people who would first adapt that, and why? When it comes to, also, when we were talking about sneakers before, there's sneakers, and it comes to, there's jewelry and there's bikes. They talk to the people who create the high end versions of all these things, from gold teeth to streamlined biking to sneakers that conform specifically to your feet, like no one else's, like sport, basketball players have made for them, and then sell, versions with their brand on it. What makes them special? What makes it even a thing that anybody would care about? And why are they better than anything else, or are they? So yeah, there's a lot that goes into this. Even let me talk about pools. He talks about the origins of swimming pools, and why people had them, installed, and why there was a growth of them, especially in certain warmer areas such as Florida or California. He travels all over the country. I don't remember him going outside of the country, but he's in Detroit, he's in Houston, he's in Indiana and Florida and Pennsylvania. He goes to his hometown of Pittsburgh. He goes and visits, at one point, he visits a tattoo parlor that had a Jeff Goldblum day, where they would put tattoos, people requested, of Jeff Goldblum in his many roles. And he actually visited that on Jeff Goldblum Day and gave somebody a Jeff Goldblum tattoo by Jeff Goldblum. So that's him. Him even just holding the needle is something to see, because it's a totally new experience for him. Yeah, this is an unscripted show that, yes, has scripted moments, but I think his observations are genuine. That he, when he thinks about his experience in relation to these things, and why he thinks people get a certain thrill or have a certain desire for certain things, what it reflects on us as a culture. I think those are genuine observations. Maybe I'm fooled easily, I don't know, but I think it's entertaining just to see Jeff, because he's so peculiar in such mundane situations. To me, it's the interesting thing is the history and the science of these things. That some things I don't drink coffee, but there's some people who are obsessed with coffee. Why is coffee such a huge thing? How did it grow? And what's with those guys who do the fancy flour cream coffee art? How do you get to be one of those guys? Who is sort of the vanguard behind all of that? So yeah, this is a fun show, a fun series to check out. Maybe if you're not totally into Jeff Goldblum's delivery, as he is a bit of an odd duck, maybe you don't want to watch all of them in a row. It might be a little bit too much for you, but if you can get over any prejudice against this wonderful man, I think you'll enjoy it. So, and season 2 is coming. They renewed it for season 2, and I know so far that he's talked about one of the first few topics is going to be dogs. So he's going to talk about dogs. Everybody loves dogs. So he'll talk about the origin of dogs. So, and that's the Jeff Goldblum, The World According to Jeff Goldblum, season 1. So, honestly, it's one of my favorite things on Disney Plus, and it's one of the things that I first started watching beyond the Mandalorian when it first started. So it's worth checking out. In my eyes, I love it. So let's pick tomorrow's Disney Plus Everyday Challenge episode 411. think we had this one. I know I say that every time. No, we didn't. But it's a short. And I think it's a Monsters, Inc. thing. Not sure. But it's called Party Central. Party Central. So we'll meet back here tomorrow. Honestly, this shouldn't take too much time out of your day. It's probably 3-4 minutes long. Who knows? It's probably a bonus thing on one of the DVDs from way back. But it's Party Central on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.